I'm Ruben Diaz. Here's your ABC24 News update. First, this afternoon, in response to today's extreme heat, the Hospitality Hub will open its cooling center from 4 to 7 o'clock. Now, if you need a ride, call MATA at the number that you see on your screen. That's 901-486-0939. Some advocates are now calling on Tennessee Governor Bill Lee to pause 2 upcoming executions. Anthony Hines is scheduled for execution in less than 24 hours. Krista Pike's execution is set for September the 30th. Now, on Tuesday, dozens gathered to address concerns over the execution methods. Some pointed to the failed attempt of Tony Carruthers as a reason to take the death penalty off of the table. We spoke with one Memphis man who was on death row before DNA evidence exonerated him.
We don't need execution. I almost lost my life because somebody lied. I almost got executed. So I can't speak for everybody else. I think they should stop the death penalty all the way. Just stop it, period.
Meanwhile, attorneys for Hines are now asking for the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene. Hines' attorneys argue that his recent strokes and partial paralysis could make it more difficult to carry out the execution. They're also questioning whether the same physician involved in Carruthers' failed execution could be used again. Some advocates tell us that Carruthers is just another example to show why this method does not work.
I used to support the death penalty, and it was in trying to prove that it would work, that it's fair, that we always get it right, that it's doled out equally across society, those who are convicted of murder. In trying to prove that it worked, I proved to myself that it doesn't work.
Now, Governor Bill Lee did release a statement this week saying that he is upholding the sentence and will not intervene. Hines' execution is scheduled for 10 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning at Riverbend Maximum Security in Nashville. As Americans continue to grapple with high prices and elevated interest rates, credit card balances are reaching record levels. ABC's Mike Dubisky explains what this means for families.
Credit card debt is skyrocketing.
So we are seeing credit card debt at an all-time high.
Overall, Americans face outstanding credit card balances just shy of the $1.28 trillion all-time record set last year, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. How did we get here? NerdWallet's Sarah Rathner says credit card debt can add up quickly, with high interest rates often over 20%. The other major factor, inflation.
And that's affecting the costs of things that people buy every day and have to pay for every day. So that's food, housing, gas, for transportation.
Late July polling from the Associated Press and NORC found that 41% of Americans said that they were very concerned about being able to afford groceries over the next few months, up from 24% in April. Nearly half of Americans said the cost of groceries was a major source of stress.
I just put my groceries on credit card yesterday.
Brian Shirley, a comedian from Charleston, South Carolina, says he tries to pay off his credit card bills in full every month to avoid paying interest, but it's not always possible.
Sometimes I'll get a big gig, and sometimes it'll be a couple of weeks, and I'm not making but 100 or so a week. So that's where credit cards come in.
He says he sets small amounts of money aside with every purchase he makes to save up funds over time.
If I write a check for a bill for, let's say, $27.15, I put $30 in my register.
For those with mounting credit card debt, Rathner recommends taking inventory of all your debt and the interest rates and finding a debt repayment strategy that works for you. Moving debt to a balance transfer card or lower interest personal loan is another option that Rathner says can save you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Mike Dubisky, ABC News, New York.
All right, that's your ABC24 News update for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Ruben Diaz.